I used to watch CSI a lot and thought maybe I could be a detective one day. So I went through a phase of like, oh my goodness, what do I want to do?
And welcome back to the channel. I'm here today with my friend Kat for a chat with Kat about her experience of her PGCE. So myself and Kat are going to do a series of videos over the next few weeks and be uploading them to the channel, all about her experience of her PGCE basically. So she's just finished. So today is sort of a Q&A about that experience, and then we've got some other videos coming up. We're going to do vlogs of setting up her classroom, which can be really fun, a vlog to IKEA to get resources for said classroom, a haul of all the things you've bought for your classroom, which you've bought quite a lot of them already, yeah, plenty of videos coming your way just to give you a little insight into what it's like to do a PGCE, and hopefully in the future a few Q&As and stuff of what it's like to actually do your first NQT year, so newly qualified teacher year, and yeah, the actual experience of being a teacher. So if you're interested in being a teacher or interested in training to be a teacher in the future, these videos might be useful to you. So first of all, I'll just explain who Kat actually is. So myself and Kat have been friends from a very young age, went to the same school, went to the same dance club, all of that from a very young age, been really good friends. We went away to different universities, but we kept in touch that whole time, still stayed really good friends obviously, and Catherine actually visited me in Worcester that much that he really liked it and decided she's going to come and do her postgraduate degree here. So that's basically why she's in Worcester doing her PGCE. I'm doing a lot of talking for you here.
I know, it's fine. That's for me to do.
So today we're here with our first video for a chat with Kat to do the PGCE Q&A. So I've got a few questions I'm going to run through that Kat's going to answer and hopefully give you a little bit of an insight into doing a PGCE or training to teach in one way or another. Okay, so question number one is, why did you decide to do your PGCE?
Well, I always wanted to be a primary school teacher from when I was young, but at sixth form, when you're told, right, now this is where you need to pick what you want to do for the rest of your life, you need to pick a degree, I definitely wanted to go to university, so it was just a matter of what was I going to do. I looked into like the teaching courses, and I looked into, you know, the postgrad teaching courses, and I'd heard of people saying they'd done a PGCE, so I looked into that, and as I looked at it, it said the entry requirements at the time were that you just needed to have any degree, any undergraduate degree, that you could just do the year on top. So I thought long and hard and decided that I'd actually just pick two things that I was quite interested in. So I looked at the courses, and I'd been doing psychology at A-level and loved it. It was really interesting, so I thought, shall I do psychology? And then I started thinking about doing child psychology, and I went through a phase of thinking maybe I used to watch CSI a lot and thought maybe I could be a detective one day. So I went through a phase of like, oh my goodness, what do I want to do? What shall I do? So I picked psychology and criminology because I thought I was really interested in them both. So I looked into that, and there was a lot of modules within that were child related, about children's development, about, you know, cognitive and biological processes. So I was like, oh, that would still be relevant if I didn't change my mind about being a primary school teacher. So I just didn't want to limit my options. So I did psychology and criminology, and then after having going away, I went away for a few months in America and did a little bit of travelling, as you do, and find yourself. And obviously that was working with children, so I came back from that and I was like, yeah, definitely want to be a primary school teacher. And then I knew that I could live here with Olivia, so I was like, that's perfect as well. And I'd heard that University of Worcester was brilliant for teaching, so it all just kind of tied in nicely together. So yeah, and I thought it's time to do it, and I knew it would only take a year. So yeah, that's why. Okay.
Yeah. I think that is the beauty of like a PGCE style way of going into teaching, is that you don't necessarily have to spend 3 years training to teach and then go on to be a teacher. You know, you can do a degree that you know you'll enjoy and be interested in anyway, and kind of keep your options open. Like, it might have been that in your first year of uni you suddenly realised actually I really don't want to work with children.
Yeah.
Imagine finding that out on a teaching degree.
I think that's why I did it, because I thought, not that you couldn't ever do anything again if you did do the undergrad teaching and then decide, oh, I don't want to do it. There are other, extensions on that you can do, but I just thought, if I give myself something that I was really interested in, I've got options and I can still do my primary school teaching anyway.
Yeah.
And I really enjoyed the PGCE with it only being a year as well. It's very, in that year you go from not being a teacher to you are a teacher straight away, so I think it's a nice, I enjoyed that route that I took, so I wouldn't change.
Yeah, and it's similar with secondary school teaching as well. The only difference is obviously you need to have your undergrad in a relatable degree to the subject you teach at secondary school. So a friend of mine did a drama degree and has now done her PGCE to be a drama teacher in secondary school. I think there are plenty of routes, and it was good that she had that option because she didn't go straight into the PGCE. She was a bit like you, she had a couple of years doing other stuff first, she went travelling. And my friend who did geography, she did a geography degree, then she went and did her masters in river science, so all the physical geography, that kind of stuff. And it was only after that she thought, actually I'd really like to go and pass this passion on to somebody else. So it's quite nice. The PGCE is something you can always go back and do, and it's always kind of an option.